Hello, this is Jcamera here, and today I am finally going to be reviewing another Crash Bandicoot action figure from Resaurus, a company that died in 2001. This cost me like a lot of money. These figures are not cheap, so unless you are like a collector or a huge fan, or maybe not a huge fan, but just a fan of Crash Bandicoot, I wouldn't recommend picking these up. Now, I already did review one of these figures, the Jetboard Crash Bandicoot, and that cost me quite a bit less than this one. That one cost $145. This one cost me around 210. So, and I brought this brand new condition, so everything's perfect. Like, the painting's as good as can be. I have everything, and to make sure nothing's broken. So here's the packaging. This was released in 1998. Here's the warning. Choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years. Right there, ages 5 and up. And Series 1. There were 2 different series for Crash Bandicoot action figures. This is in the first wave from Resaurus. The packaging has Cortex Castle and Crash Bandicoot on a rocket being fired from the blue neon lit castle with a giant moon and a starry night with purple. It is very 90s to me, but it's part of the charm. On here, the cardboard's on the outside, so it's probably going to be in kind of bad condition and you can easily rip it out. Series 2 did rectify this. And on the goggles of Crash, you can actually see Dr. Neo Cortex on there. On the back, which is more interesting in my opinion, has green and purple. Series 1, a review quote saying, "Great toys, serious fun." A description, which I'll read in a minute. Then the barcode, like when you would buy these figures. And 6 of all the action figures in Series 1, which has 6. So here's the description. From the shady shores of Insanity Beach to the horrific halls of the Cortex Vortex, the kooky characters of the popular video game come to life. Help the manic marsupial Crash Bandicoot and his brainy sister Coco in their quest to prevent the insidious Dr. Neo Cortex and his merciless minions from taking over the world. Glide over murky waters with a jetboard. Hack into the Cortex main computer with a laptop. Or soar through the stars with it on a jetpack. But beware, slashing swords, leaping behemoths, and mad scientists await. And the figures in the line include Jetboard Crash Bandicoot, as I said, already reviewed, and I already read out its description, so go watch that video, which by the way is the most viewed video on the channel. Jetpack Crash Bandicoot, Coco Bandicoot, Dr. Neo Cortex, Tiny, and Kimono Mo. And all of which I will read the descriptions when I get to those figures. As for Jetpack Crash Bandicoot, strap on the goggles and jetpack and get ready for the ultimate in gravitational navigation. Grab your Aku Aku mask and blast your way around asteroids to knock the evil Neo Cortex into the oblivion from whence he came. Jetpack Crash also includes a bouncy wumpa fruit, wooden crate with customizable sticker sheet, and a red crystal for some reason. So, now that I've read out the description, It's time to open up the figure. Now I'm using this knife because none of the other knives, for me at least, seem to work. Maybe I'm just really weak or something, but I'm gonna open this up with this knife. And just a warning, make sure only people good with knives can actually use this, okay? So if you want to keep the box, you want to make sure you have it on a hinge so you could like slide it back in. Okay, so as you hopefully saw, I opened it up. So, if I can... I'm filming with one hand, in case anyone's curious. Okay, so, you open it like this, and then you just slide out the action figure like so. And this is the clamshell. I might just get rid of it entirely once I'm finished with it. So there's this, which I'll get to in a minute. We have the crystal. We have the wooden crate. We have the wumpa fruit that is supposedly bouncy. If I can pop him out, we have Aku Aku. And we have the jetpack. These are all quite easy to get out, for me at least. And usually Crash would be tied in a twisty tie. For some reason, this one doesn't have it. I don't know why. Maybe I was lied to and this is in used condition, but you all saw me cut it out, so yeah, it shouldn't be that. Wait. Oh, I'm wrong. He does have a twisty tie. Okay, so I want to be careful. So there's twisty ties, which for some reason I used to struggle with a lot as a kid, but now I've pretty much got the hang of them, and they're quite easy to open up. Be prepared for him to fall, okay? Okay. Now, I want to turn on this side, and now he should be. Or not. This probably isn't the safest thing for the figures, but gotta try twisting out. Okay. Now we've gotta... Where is it? It's... Oh, okay. Okay. So I got Crash Bandicoot out. And here's the twisty tie. If I can get it out, that would actually be nice. Okay. Here's the twisty tie. And if you want everything to go back the way it was, yeah, you can easily tell where they all go. Okay, so now let's review this. So we'll begin with the bouncy wumpa fruit, which is pretty much perfect. This comes with every Series 1 figure. For some reason, they didn't make any for Series 2. I think they would have had plenty of room. They could have easily squeezed them in. They didn't even plan to bring these back for the cancelled Series 3. That's a bit sad, but other than that, these are right out of the game. We have the wooden crate, which does open. If it has the X on it, it means that's where you open it from. And if they have the white line, it means you cannot open it from there. And the opposite end is where you open from. Okay, the more you do it, it'll come easier and easier to open. And in there, you can, like, put a wumpa fruit inside. So, like, when Crash Bandicoot destroys it, you can unlock the wumpa fruit. So I like that. And you can completely take it down for a checkpoint. I'm not going to do that. Actually, yeah, I will. It completely flattens out like this. It'll come easier and easier to do the more and more you do it. So I'm glad you can do that. Once again, these didn't return in Series 2, but they were at least planned for Series 3. I mean, these do take up more room, and a lot of complaints were there for the stickers, so maybe that's why. Speaking of the stickers, the set comes with 6 stickers that you can put on the crate, or other crates that you can collect. There's the checkpoint crate, the arrow crate that makes Crash bounce up higher, mainly for other crates or for platforming purposes. The exclamation mark, which can destroy nitros or spawn new crates in. The mystery one just has a different amount of wumpa fruit or even a live or bonus token. TNT explosives that count down from 3, 2, 1. And nitro, which are the green crates that kill you instantly if you touch it. I don't know. I think they could actually fit. I don't know, but these aren't very sticky, and you have to be careful when you place them onto the crate the first time, because you cannot use them again if you take them off. It could be them just being really old, though. I actually did use one of the stickers for the crate I got with the jetboard crash, so... Oh, is it just me, or does this one look darker? Maybe it's... Maybe it's just the light, maybe, because I don't know, but... And you can put them all around, and you can, like, put them here, like, when it's... I don't know, but... If you want, you can have, like, 2 TNTs, maybe, or just a TNT and a question mark, or whatever. Let me just put that crate back. So, there's that, and the wumpa fruit. And here is the crystal, which is red for some reason. It could be because... Now, in the game, all the crystals are violet, but they changed it here, I don't know, so it's more of an exciting collectible. For wumpa fruit, they repeated, so I don't think anyone would have an issue with the crystal being repeated, or at least that's in my mind. Or instead of crystals, some of them could be gems, that's an idea, but most of the characters have different colors, except one figure, which I'll get to when I review that character eventually. It does look cool in red, and out of the crystals, it's probably the one that comes closest besides the violet one. And the green crystal from the previous one, so they look cool together. They actually look very Christmassy to me, so if I want to do a Christmas stop motion, that's cool. Bit interesting that the crashes have the Christmas colors, but anyway. Next we have the Aku Aku mask. this is just when you get one mask. There's no nose hole, and it's not bendable in the slightest, so don't try. I don't like the paint on the feathers. Like, there's this red strip for some reason. I don't think it was there in the game. It might have been, but I do like this. I really do. I do think the paint could be better, mainly in the feathers, but I don't know. To me, maybe when compared to the game, the nose and lips, I think the lips should be more of a red, but that's just me. It still looks cool. And there are apparently holes there, but they don't work, so don't try. Here's the jetpack, and some of the paint, I was surprised, looks a bit almost rushed or unfinished. It might just be me. And this is, of course, metallic paint, so I think it will chip off very easily. And we have the tubes, and the exhaust which looks pretty cool in my opinion, at least. There's 2 pegs for the goggles that you can just plop on. And now we have Crash Bandicoot himself. Now, standing the figure is surprisingly harder than I thought, and this is a flat foot version. I don't know if there was a bent foot version for this figure, but yeah, it is a bit wobbly. There is 1 peg for it, so if you want to put them on a stand, it can work. In fact, here's the jet board, so you can actually fit this on. I don't usually put my other jet board Crash on this figure, so I don't personally bother. Now, I need to talk about the plastic with these figures. I think I probably already said for the jetboard one, but these figures have been notorious for breaking really easily because they're made out of cheap Chinese plastic, apparently. Now, articulation, you can rotate the fists, and this goes for both of them. You can also rotate the legs. They're on they're not on a ball joint, but you can rotate them. The same can happen here. So I keep pausing, but in the previous video, I said that Crash only had 6 points of articulation. Well, I was wrong. He actually has 7, because the waist can move, if I can just... Okay. You have to be very careful, though, because the legs are especially fragile. Oh yeah, and the arms do move. This goes for both of them. If I just move them back. So... I am a bit nervous, but... I don't know, this one seems really tight. If it's tight, I probably wouldn't risk it. Trust me, it does rotate, but please be careful. Now, his face is actually different from the jetboard one. Now... he's just showing his teeth, and if you look there seems to be an ulcer there. If you look really closely. I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but... and you can actually see his eyes underneath. Well, if you push it back far enough, you barely see anything from them, but... Now, the shoes this time actually got correct. Previously, they were kind of black. Now they're actually burgundy, like they're supposed to be. The fists look more of a burgundy too, however. Though again, they're trying to resemble what Crash looks like in, the promo art and the front cover of the second Crash game. And there's the 2 holes. Oh yeah, and there's spots on the back. And the hair, which was glued on. And there's 2 pegs for the jetpack. And there's like reddish orange dots on the pants. They really didn't need to, but I suppose for detail it works. It didn't come off well in the last video, but it comes off well here. Also, you can see some fur there to give him more detail, because he is a furry marsupial, so... Now, there are 2 holes here and 2 pegs here. If you lace them just about right, you can put on the jetpack. And this is what he looks like. And then you can have fun adventures and recreate the jetpack levels in Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. And here's what he looks like roughly with him on the jetboard. Like, you can have him swimming on the jetboard, and then when it gets destroyed or whatever, he can just fly off. I really do like that. It is possible to remove the jetpack from Crash. Of course, you have to take the jetpack part off of him. This is also very light. That's another thing. Now, you just take that off, and don't try taking it off too often because the plastic is so easy to break. Okay, I did it. I thought it was going to be a nightmare, and it's just blue with a bit of white at the bottom for the goggles so you can actually see through. And you can always just plug it back in. You have to like bend this out, and you have to like stretch it out a bit so it can get over the ears and hair. And this is what his face looks like. One moment. Now that the jetpack's off, you can actually see the shred marked stuff. I think it's on every figure. I don't know if it's on every figure, but some of the figures have it, and Crash Bandicoot is definitely one of them. For comparison's sake, here's the other Crash Bandicoot. This one definitely has the better shoes. This one, I think, might actually have the better gloves, though. Between accessories, this one's got the better Aku Aku and crystal. I'm going to say red, because red is my favorite color between this and green. They have exactly the same eyes. They actually have different hair. Jetboard Crash has the better hair, though. The other one's more of a dark brown. This one's a mid-brown. And this one, to me, looks a hint... maybe it's just a light, but this one looks a hint lighter. I don't know if this one has a bent foot or not that exists. I know this one does have a flat foot that exists, but... And there's a little scuff mark of white on my shoe. And there you have it. There is Crash Bandicoot, the Jetpack Edition. And I know a lot of you probably were hoping to see a different character. Most likely a villain character. Thankfully, if I can get back the packaging. There are only 2 Crashes in Series 1. So if I choose to do Series 1, I'm probably going to pick Coco. So at least it'll not be a Crash variant, so... But I might instead pick a Crash from Series 2. Who knows, but... hope you guys and girls enjoyed this video. And I'll see you all later.